What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we're doing a Canada Nationals question and answer video. And what's your name?
Matthew.
Ma-
Matthew Coot.
Okay. And what deck did you play actually for Canada?
I played the Raichu variant. It had some kind of special text in there. I played a Seismitoad EX, Virizion EX, and no tank as well. Of course, the Subats.
Okay, alright. So how did Swiss end up going for you? And what were the decks that you played against?
Swiss went okay. I started off pretty well. I went 4-0. I faced some Seismitoad variants. The Veto Absol that Rob was playing, and overall my deck performed as expected. So I went 4-0, ran into a couple of tough matchups, and I was 4-1-1 going into my last round. And I wasn't a meta deck, and I was facing Joey Gaffney from BC, and he was playing a Metric Garbodor deck, and it doesn't fare well for me, and I was nervous, but I managed to pull out 2-0, and I made it 5-1-1 and squeaked in at number 8.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
So going to top 8, are you nervous? Are you excited?
I've been in Top Cut before, but not being in a game for 3 months, it's just a new feeling again. I was really rusty, as you could see on stream. The first match just threw me off. It was a mirror match, and I knew it was just going to be whoever went first. And of course, I didn't go first. Yeah, it made a lot of misplays, played 2 supporters, got called on it, it was just, but after that first game, nerves died down, I was ready to go. I think I played a lot better after that.
Okay. So what happened in top 4?
Top 4, I was against Rob. I had a fairly good matchup, and it was just about getting my setup done, right? Opening up, I had my Pikachu set up, and Rob just couldn't keep up. His deck's completely weak to mine, and a lot of things were priced for him, and I got the early knockouts, and the track price is just not in his favor.
Okay. So going to the finals, is this your first time making it to the finals for Nationals?
Yes, the first time making the finals. I finished top 4 last year. Going to the finals, I knew it was going to be a hard matchup, and of course, I never tested this matchup. It wasn't something that was on my list to do. But I knew I had a game plan going in, and I actually started with the Seismitoad. I was really happy about that. Got the turn 1 lock on him, but I looked at my hand, and it was completely dead. Luckily for me, he was drawing dead too, but 6 turns later, we were just blatantly punching each other. And he wins in the end because I just couldn't get any of my basics out, and he just left with 1 Aegis Splash. Second game, it went a lot better. I got my setup. I couldn't hit an energy turn 1. That was a big thing for me. And like in game 1, he just got his Aegis Splash up, and I just lost all my energies in the end.
Okay. Well, I mean, second place is still great, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Alright. So, why did you decide to play this deck for Nationals?
I was actually testing with one of my friends in Singapore, Jitman. He also came second at his Nationals the same weekend. But he was playing a different Raichu variant, and I just saw how strong it was. And I took basically his variant and worked with some of my team members here, Curtis Lyon, Chris Benyay, and Jason Love, and just tweaked it to something that I would play. I knew, through testing, the limited testing I hated being poisoned, I hated it being a squeak, so I knew I had a second of Virizion, at least some switches. And to be honest, that Virizion saved me all day long. Every single match, even though I only played one of them, he was the MVP. I wouldn't have got past top 8 without him. I got nuzzled twice on the dying turns, and without Virizion, I would have lost both games. So there you go.
Yeah. The Virizion came in clutch.
Yeah, it was too good. I definitely wouldn't have changed it. It was one of the cards I definitely would have. I might even add him second before in there.
All right. So if you were to play Nationals all over again, would you make any changes to the deck, or do you think the list is pretty solid?
Oh, if I knew exactly that I was going to be facing Chase, I would definitely take in a couple of silent labs just for him. No, I think, to be honest, if I were to change the list, I would probably add in a couple of switches just to get my starter out of the very unwanted spot. I started with a mine, can't attack, sat there for 6 turns. And I don't run that many energy, so he literally sat there and got tackled by a Bronzor. So I would definitely add a couple of switches in, maybe one silent lab just for that metal matchup. Other than that, I think the list is fine.
Okay. Now you're talking about silent lab some. Do you think that'd be enough to beat the metal deck, or would you still think it's a lot bad matchup?
I think one silent lab would be just enough, just because once you get that one knock on Aegis Slash, you're just back in the game. He plays a heavy EX line, and your Raichus can one-shot most of the EXs there, so I could keep the price trade with that Aegis Slash gone, but if I have to stay around it, that thing's hitting for 120, and not many of my Pokemon surpass 100 HP, so it's definitely not worth it. I have to get rid of it, so the Silent Lab would definitely be a game changer for me.
Okay, so coming up to U.S. Nationals, if you were to play in it, would you still play your Raichu deck, or would you try to play something else?
I think I would stick with my Raichu deck, again, adding maybe one Silent Lab or a couple of switches. I think it has a lot of great matchups. The reason why I play Seismitoad to help me secure the Lando Bats matchup. The Brazilian secures me the Seismitoad Bat matchup. And overall, the Raichu just secures everything else. He hits so hard, and with the Bats there, we're trading a non-EX prize for EX prizes, so the prize trade is always going to be in my favor, so I can fall behind and still catch back up. And of course, it plays a speed shaming, so play a heavy amount of shaming to help the deck set up. I'm usually down to 10, 11 cards by turn 6 or 7, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Now I heard you talk about Miltank some as a tech card, but we really haven't seen that in the Crobat deck. Did that come in? Was that a kind of a dead card, or did you use it a lot?
The Miltank actually came real handy. I give credit to Curtis for this. Curtis brought Miltank to my attention, even though we didn't play a heavy Crobat line. It was meant for a late game attacker. And it helped me against the mirror match as well. For one basic energy, I was able to, with the Muscle Band, I was able to knock the other Raichu. And it would be just a surprise kill, so I could actually use Ultra Ball for it and retaliate for the knockout. The Miltank would also help in the metal matchup because it only requires one basic energy. As long as I got the Muscle Band and put enough damage on the Aegis Slash, I could actually powerful frenzy it. And I was going to do that in game 2 as my game plan, but again, both my Muscle Bands were prized there. Just my luck, and just couldn't get enough damage on it, so I had to use the Raichu.
Okay. Now, how many championship points do you got right now?
I'm exactly 600. I finished off 300 before I left in March, and then I came back. I think I got 300 from place to second, so 600 on the dot.
Okay, very nice. So, you're going to Worlds then, correct?
Yeah, I'll be in Boston in August.
Okay. Now, coming up in Worlds, do you think we'll see a deck come out of nowhere and actually win Worlds? Like, because I know last year we saw Virizion Genesect kind of died off with Pyroar, but that Worlds obviously it won. Do you think something like that will happen again?
I feel that this year, that since there's a different structure, that the grinders are eliminated and that we have 2-day Worlds, that's in day 1, there's going to be a lot of decks that our people are going to be looking at. I think it's going to be dependent on U.S. Nationals, depending on when's there, what top cut's there. And of course, you're going to have those talented players that can come up and create those world decks and probably win. So I have no doubt that it's going to be something crazy that's going to show up there, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to win Worlds. Honestly, anything can happen.
That's very true. All right. Well, do you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Just shout out to my team, Andrew Estrada, Curtis Line, Chris Vanier, and the rest of Team Lucario. Also to Chase Maloney for placing first and having our first match ever. And also to Jimmy in Singapore for sharing his ideas with me and testing with me.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and I'll see you at Worlds.
Hey, no problem. Thank you so much for having me.
All
Have a
right.
good one.
Take care.
Hey.